Hi, this is Richard Flax at MoneyFarm, and this is a video with some of the things that have caught our attention over the last 24 hours. Firstly, there's this question being raised about the possibility of an increase in new infections in Asia as travel begins to increase a little bit. We've seen concerns around that in Tokyo and also in Hong Kong. And there are a couple of levels to this. The first, obviously, is the human and the social cost in those countries. Secondly, it raises the question about the risks of reopening economies too quickly. And this is particularly relevant in the US, where the administration would obviously like to restart the economy as quickly as possible. So it's something worth keeping an eye on, not just for Asia, but also the implications that it may have for how quickly we can come out of the lockdown that is increasingly relevant for a large percentage of the global population. The second point is around Europe and the policy response. We're seeing increased focus on a couple of things. Firstly, around the so-called OMT, outright monetary transmission mechanism, which was really set up in 2012, hasn't been used, but is really a way for the ECB to increase its buying of government bonds relatively easily. The second part around this has been discussions about so-called corona bonds, which would be jointly issued potentially by a range of EU governments, and really raises questions about what the European Union will look like at the end of the crisis. Will we see a move towards greater fiscal federalism, or will we stay in with a sort of a monetary union, but not much progress on the fiscal side? And that has a variety of implications about how the Eurozone recovers from this crisis. So that's something worth keeping an eye on, but really also speaks in the more immediate term to policymakers thinking as creatively as they can about the best way to address the crisis. Finally, on the macro side, there'll be a lot of focus today around initial jobless claims in the US. The range of expectations is very wide, but clearly we'll see a significant increase in initial jobless claims. That'll be a relevant headline, and unfortunately shouldn't come as a big surprise in the context of what we're seeing in the global economy. But it is something that will catch people's attention today. Thank you very much for joining, and hope to speak with you again soon.